Hi there, gpsKevin here. Hey, I have my solution for my Tenere luggage done, and I'm about to head out for a ride this morning. And some people are wanting to know, how do I do the luggage, what's it all about? And so I'm going to give you a quick video of what it's about. And so let me start with, I have side bags. They're the GV side bags here. I guess it says they're the silver side bags, and these bags actually are meant to kind of stay on the bike for me, and so I actually made kind of a custom rack. Let's take a look here. Here's the rack that I made for the Tenere. It looks like over here in the garage is a prototype that I made and just didn't quite like. But anyway, so here's the rack, and that's going to hold the whole works. So let's go ahead and so I'll set up the tripod and put them on. Okay, these are the side bags here, and so they're actually loaded and kind of heavy, and they literally just go across the bike, and the straps kind of have places where they fit in. And one of the things that I did is notice they have a big part kind of here and a small part. We had a lot of discussion of whether these go forward or backwards, but the reality is I did a lot of work to make sure that all of the weight is as far forward on the bike as possible. And so you line the straps up there a little bit, and it actually just has a couple of bungees down here that kind of hold them in from bouncing around. And so we'll connect those. On both sides. And that's it for the side bags. And the way I have my solution done is I have all of my food in this particular side bag, and then all of my cooking gear. So I have pots, pans, and the stove, and everywhere from lighter fluid. They're actually quite large, and anyway, that's the side bags. Okay, so next up we're going to put the upper bags on, and the first thing I did is I made these custom straps that kind of fit the stuff that we have going on here. They're actually craving straps from holding down motorcycles, and you kind of sewed them together to be the form that we need. And anyway, so they go through the spots on the bike here. The rear ones and front ones. Fell on the floor. Okay, and so then I start with, I go with my tent down here, but the one thing I did with my tent is I decided I didn't want it rolled up into a ball, because when you roll it up into a ball, it's kind of hard to set things on top, and it's kind of not very wide, so really I wanted it wider and more flattened out. And that's easy to do with the tent, you can just fold it differently. And so this is my tent. It's actually my tent and my sleeping bag. And, or excuse me, not my sleeping pad and my tent and the poles and all that stuff are in here. And the thing about it is it makes a really nice base now to put things in. So it goes directly on the bottom here. And so now we can set stuff up on top of it. And then I have this waterproof GV bag. And this is my main, this is where all my clothes and even my PC go. And I even have a sleeping bag liner in here. And so that stacks up there. And notice how the wider tent makes a pretty good base for this to go on, rather than the kind of the roll going. And I like it because all the weight kind of stays down low that way also. And so then you just fasten it on with these straps here. Let me go to the other side. So the other thing so the next thing is that you often have things that happen during the day that you want to have extra room for. And so I have this kind of net for just tying groceries on the top, or maybe your coat or whatever. And it installs with some loops that we made here along the back and then in the front. And it really just barely sort of puts tension on it when there's nothing under it, so that we have lots of room to put things up on here later in the day if we need that. And so let's actually swap to the rear view for you here, and I'll put together the second row on the bike. Okay, and what we put back here then is, first we're going to put the sleeping bag down, and then we're going to put another bag here, which is kind of our day use bags, and then the chair will go on the end here. And so I have my sleeping bag. It kind of is all crunched up in here. This is in a waterproof bag, so that we don't get it wet, and it literally just sits there. So we have a couple of bungees, and these bungees we're going to put it over the bag here, but these bungees do not actually hold on this bag. They're actually meant to be in place to put on our chair for later in the day, because we want to have that get off easy. So we're going to stick that up over here, just lie it here. This one up over and have it lie here. And then really what holds the sleeping bag on is this upper bag. And notice it has some bungees coming out of it here. And this is one where it's really just tied from the bottom. So it sets up here like this. This ends up squashing down a little bit during the day. So you put the bungees on one there, and then stick one over here. These are on the inside here, and these are on the inside here. And that kind of holds the whole works down. And remember, we still have these straps here, and that's going to hold our chair on here. And this is that Kermit chair, or frankly any chair. You still have the room to just easily put it on the end here. And the idea with this is that during the day, there are lots of times where you get stopped for not too long, 5 or 10 minutes, and you want to get the chair out. Well, the chair comes off and on really easily. That's part of the point. The other part of the point is that with this rear bag here, it gives us access to, this is everything I use during the day here. So this has a heated vest in it. It kind of has my layering system where it has the, my top coat on it. It goes over the heated vest. It has my Yamaha, my Climb waterproof pack jack in it. And then we also have here 4 different sets of gloves that you might need during the day. But anyway, it has all the access to the things that you're just going to use during the day, and it's easy so that you don't have to unpack a bunch of stuff to make all that happen. And that's it. And we have extra room again. Remember, you never know what happens during the day, and the idea is that you can just start adding stuff up here on this stack. Another kind of main theme of this is, remember, this stuff was all rigidly tied down, so it's really forced down, and this stuff is all bungee cord tied down, so it can move around a little. And remember, this is sort of just the clothes, the lighter stuff of the day. It is not, and this is a light sleeping bag, so don't really have that much weight back here. I have most of my weight in heavy stuff forward and as low as possible. And one of the big things is really repacking the tent and making the tent fit a lot better. Just helped me out a whole bunch. Anyway, that's it.